want to know the truth? It came from talking to girls, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, still terrible.
It's like, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14.
Okay.
Like we would go to the mall, me and my friends, and we would just have like competition.
Hey.
But we would turn it up. So it would be like, oh, who could talk to the most girls? Who could talk to a girl in this situation? Oh, let's talk to a girl in the cafe or whatever. Who can talk to a girl with their mom? Who can talk to a girl with both their parents? You know what I'm saying?
What's the mom? What do you actually say to the mom? Like in that situation?
Probably say something like, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, see you shopping, but I just had to say, your daughter is beautiful. I just had to let you guys know. I hope you have an amazing day shopping. My name is Brendan, and I just had to stop you guys. And then the daughter's gonna be blushing, mom's gonna feeling good. You already broke dad's ice. Now you can be like, hey, listen, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but I would love to maybe take your daughter out, get to know each other. Maybe I'll see you guys again too.
We're good?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Flipping Tables podcast, where we challenge limited beliefs and flip the tables on misconceptions that may be holding you back. I'm your host, Tanny Majiko. I got super producer Brandon Mack. Brandon Mack, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine, you guys. What's going on? Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. It's good to hear. Before I introduce you to our guest, though, if we give you any value by any chance, right? Just in the off chance that we do, just hit that little like button down here and do a little comment thing. You know, I mean, tell a friend if you'd like. Just honestly, if you really like what we're doing over here, we just, show us some love and we appreciate you. Now, today, I'm going to be super selfish, right? Usually I have my iPad with notes. I don't need no notes today. I'm just going to be picking this gentleman's brain because this guy is a master at what we do over here, as far as podcasting. So we're going to be asking him a lot of questions. So I'm not even going to introduce him. What I'm going to do is actually ask you a question that I like to ask people because I'm terrible at networking, right?
How you terrible at networking? That's crazy.
I mean, I'm decent at it. So the question I ask, right? When you get into a new space, right, or a new area and you're introducing, I guess, yourself to other people, how do you go about doing it?
So that's crazy, man. So I actually had someone asked me that earlier today. It was kind of like bouncing the ball back on different strategies and techniques to do that. It's kind of like break the ice.
Exactly.
So a great question to ask someone is, what are you looking to get out of today's event? Yeah.
Flip it on them.
Yeah, it's like, hey, so let me ask you a quick question. What are you looking to get out of today's event? And then they'll tell you, or they'll think, and then you could say, hey, by the way, my name is Brendan. I just wanted to introduce myself. You look like somebody I need to meet.
Can you hit a button for him? I don't know what button we have there, but that was genius. That was good. Okay.
Yeah. Because then you don't have to worry about feeling like anxious. Exactly. You don't got to worry about stopping. People like, hey, you know what? I've been asking everyone because it's important to me to know, what are you looking to get out of today's event? And it's like something, it's like you queuing yourself up so they don't feel isolated. You don't feel nervous. You're not like breaking, an argument that, hey, what's your name?
Exactly.
And then that could be awkward, So that's a great question to break down.
Have you always been good at it like that? Or is it kind of like one of those where you kind of had to slowly strategize or add new things to your arsenal?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah, 100%.
It came from talking to girls, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Personally still terrible at.
Since I was like, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14.
Okay.
Like we would go to the mall, me and my friends, and we would just have like competition, like talk to girls.
The little black book with the pen.
Yeah, for real.
Back in the day.
But we would turn it up. So it would be like, oh, who could talk to the most girls? Like who could talk to a girl in this situation? Oh, let's talk to a girl in the cafe or whatever. But we turned it up. Like, yo, who can talk to a girl with their mom? Who can talk to a girl with both their parents? You know what I'm saying? Like,
my brother gave me the strategy on that, and I was like, you always have to approach the mom first.
100%.
What do you say to the mom? I gotta ask. Like, how do you approach the mom? What do you actually say to the mom? Like in that situation?
Well, the first thing is say, well, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? I don't mean to just walk up to you, but your daughter, you compliment the daughter, you compliment the mom.
100%. Yeah.
So
I'll probably say something like, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you guys. I see you shopping, but I just had to say, your daughter is beautiful. And like something like that. And I understand, your mom, this is the dad. Yeah. This, I just had to let you guys know. I hope you have an amazing day shopping. But my name is Brendan, and I just had to stop you guys. And then the daughter's going to be blushing. Mom's going to feeling good. You already broke dad's ice, so he's cool. Dad's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you can be like, hey, listen, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but I would love to maybe take your daughter out, get to know each other. Maybe I'll see you guys again too. Yeah, bro. Professional over here, kid.
It's very rare that I'm like mind blown the first 5 minutes of a conversation, but you do have that on camera, right?
I do. We're recording.
Making sure because I might have to go back to that.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and start with the T-shirt, the Pod Agency.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. What is it?
So yeah, man. So the Pod Agency is basically an agency for entrepreneurs, business owners who are looking to get in front of more people. And what we do is we put you on multiple different podcast platforms, some YouTube shows. We find interesting audiences that will allow you to tell your story, what you do, how you impact people, right? And then teach you how to turn that audience into leads and deals back into your business.
Now, do you tailor it dependent on the person's business, or how do you go about picking like which podcast would work best for them?
100%. So at the end of the day, if entrepreneurs, let's say he's an author, let's say it's someone that's in e-com, let's say there's somebody in tech. So we need to figure out what category you're in, and then we will work with you to find the best possible podcast to put you on. Now, the thing is this, what we do is we're basically, we're the middleman. So we're going to, search up the podcast if we don't have them in our repository. Or what we do is we do all your logistics.
Okay.
So setting it up, make sure you know if it's in person, if it's virtual. You might need some coaching on making sure you know your messaging. What are the things you're saying? Make sure you have a capture funnel. So at the end, you give your keyword, you can transfer that audience into emails and text messages back into your CRM, and then teach you how to optimize the content after. Because this is the thing. People are so excited to go on these shows. Super excited. Yeah. Podcasts come, you might know this too. Podcasts come out, the guests don't promote it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't even know how.
That's true.
Like, do y'all got the little doo-doo-doo-doo? Y'all got that sound? You need that one, because listen, the guests will be on your neck like, yo, when's it dropping? When's it dropping? When's it dropping? And then it come out and they don't even share it.
Nothing at all.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, if you want to be a guest that's on point, there's so many different things that you can do to optimize your episode when it drops. So the first thing you want to do is position yourself while you're shooting the content, right? To make sure you have a keyword. And now, some hosts, they may have some questions, right? But it's also good to maybe you kind of send them maybe 2 or 3 questions that you want them to ask you. Because when you get the content, you want the content to be rich. So maybe it's something about your story, about your journey, your messaging. It could be something about your offer. Throw 2 or 3 questions in there that you want them to ask you, kind of tee you up. So then when you get those clips, it's stuff that you can actually use. So I would definitely do that. Go in there with your question. Answering stories. So now your answers are more meaty, right? That allows the guest to kind of play ping pong with you, go a little bit deeper. No guest likes to be digging. You know what I'm saying? You're on the show. I gotta keep digging to get you to give me answers. But you're on the show. Why are you here?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No one likes that.
What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And then when you actually have the content, you can turn it into segments. So now you got a long form, short form piece of content. You can redistribute the full on your platform. You can get anywhere from 20 to 40 clips or more, depending on how rich and how meaty the conversation is.
Exactly.
You can take that content, put on shout out pages. You can run ads on that content. You can take the transcript, turn that into an email. Now you got nurture sequence on your email, nurture sequence on the text messages.
Sorry, all this off one podcast episode.
One episode, bro. Listen, if you're a podcaster right now, I know we're going to segue a little bit. We're still talking about the pod agency, but if you're a podcaster right now and you want to monetize, one of the easiest ways for you to monetize is think about it. If you got like 80 episodes out, maybe episode 16 you had a guest on that was fire. You know what it is. It could be episode 22 for you. It could be episode 12. It could be episode 59, whatever it is. Let's say you knew it was a fire episode.
Exactly.
There's AI out right now that you can use to transcribe that episode. Now you got the words. You could take those words to a format on Fiverr, have them format that into a book, right? Get a cover also from Fiverr, and now you have a digital product. You could take the same digital product from episode 22, and now you can be like, hey, listen, welcome to the podcast. Before we get into it, I want you guys to make sure that you take advantage of my brand new book, The XYZ Strategies. The XYZ Strategies is going to help you with 1, 2, 3, and it's available at that link below. Now back to the podcast. And all you did was redistribute an episode from 22. You made that content, and now you're just monetizing that episode. You don't have to make nothing else. You already did it.
Yeah,
we still have that on camera, right?
Yeah, we already did it.
I'm just making sure.
You know,
hit another button there. Go back.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard this before. So you can take your content and turn it into a digital product.
What episode is this?
So this one's relatively new. So this is episode 6.
Okay, so let's say episode 2 was just bananas.
Okay.
I mean, episode 6 is probably already crazy.
Yeah.
But let's say episode 6. Okay, let's use our episodes.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's be, you still wanted to be selfish?
Yeah.
Let's be selfish.
Yes.
Let's use our episode, right?
Okay.
So let's say the episode's done, but somewhere between, let's say 3 minutes and 28 seconds and 12 minutes and 46 seconds. Fire, right? So yeah, we can use an AI, right? And we can scrape the episode for the transcript. Now we got the transcript. Let's say we're going to take that particular soundbite. Now we have that soundbite, right? You could take, you can go to Fiverr and find a formatter to clean that up, right? Because maybe it just needs to be put into paragraphs or just cleaned up, because our nuances, the way that we talk, they just need to be cleaned up so it reads well.
Exactly.
Right. So he's going to put that into different paragraphs, right? Or different chapters.
Yeah.
Now you and I can come up with a title. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you just called it, 10 strategies I learned from Brendan or whatever.
Exactly.
Right. So 10 strategies I learned from Brendan or whatever. We got the title. Actually, you know what? Let's be even more realistic, because we want people to actually pick this up, right?
Okay.
Let's say 10 marketing strategies that I help you sell your next $5,000 or something.
Exactly.
Okay, boom. We got the title, right? Now we're going to go to Fiverr and we're going to find someone to create a book cover for that. So we got the book cover, we got the title. We could take the book cover and go to a site like Gumroad, or there's a lot of other digital sites. We can go to Gumroad, they don't charge you. We can upload the book cover and the title and start pre-selling that. Now, while we're pre-selling it, the book is actually being created right now. So we're going to get that back for Fiverr in like 7 days, possibly, max. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
Now we got the book done. We're pre-selling it. We can launch it in 30 days. You can use a podcast to get sales right now in your social media right now. You can get paid off the podcast episode that you already did, and the book's being created. Then if you want to diversify that, you can create an audio book, but you already have the audio file. So now it's probably even easier. So you got the audio book, you got the ebook, and if you want to go even crazier, you can make a limited edition physical book. You can sell that too. That's 3 products. And all you did was take episode 6 that we're creating right now in real time.
You do know this episode is going to be a digital product, or
it better be. If it's not, I'm going to be highly disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And as a bonus, you know what the bonus is?
What's the bonus?
What's the bonus? You know what it is?
I don't know.
B, you know what it is?
It's coming straight from you.
The bonus is the behind the scenes recording of the podcast that they get if they access the book.
That's crazy.
Because maybe there's an extra 3 or 4 minutes that we're not going to have on the episode of us just cutting up.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the upsell.
Okay.
What'd I tell you about BTS?
No, I'm a little shocked right now.
Popular opinion. Meet Entrepreneur A. He's got a great product, a great message, and a great passion for his business. But there's just one problem. His customers can't see him. They can't even hear him or talk to him. He's invisible. Now meet Entrepreneur B. He has a great product, a great message, and a great passion for his business. But unlike A, B isn't invisible. His customers can see him, hear him, and engage with him. Why? Because he's got a video podcast. In 2023, without a video podcast, you're invisible to your customers. Don't be left unseen and unheard. Start your video podcast today.
It's awesome because when we initially started, one of the harder things was finding digital products that could actually help people in the same space. But there's just the fact that you just made it seem so simple.
Yeah, you want a crazier one?
Oh, hit me, please.
So let's say you get to episode 50 or episode 100.
Okay.
To commemorate that episode, you can just be like, 50 things I learned from, season 1 of the XYZ.
Okay.
And now you take an excerpt from every single podcast episode with every guest that you had, and you can make them all co-authors. So then they all promote that product and you guys can share the revenue.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of buttons by the end of this episode. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Take me back. How did you get to learn so much about not just podcasting, but like the digital product space? Is it like something that came together at the same time as you were going, or was it something that you kind of knew more about one and the other kind of came together? That's
a great question. So I have to give a shout out to one of my coaches, Nehemiah Davis. I gotta give a shout out to Neo. I gotta also give a shout out to Robbie Abavala. Shout out to Myron Golden, and then just shout out to me for just spending money and spending time, saying no to going out and just investing in myself. So the concept of a digital product came to me while I was basically wanting to grow.
Okay.
Right. And wanting to grow means I needed to invest. So I was investing in programs.
Okay.
So one of the first programs that I got into was a program by Robbie Alavala.
Okay.
Which was called Selling with Systems. And it basically taught you how to turn whatever information you have into products.
Okay.
And then shout out to my one of my best friends in entrepreneurship, Dion Coopwood. And he actually introduced me to Neo in person, but I had already knew Neo just like from the internet space.
Yeah.
So, through Dion, I was able to get into the program, and, I just started learning more about how you could repackage and repurpose, content, and turn ideas into products, and then different variations of digital products, and how like it don't really end.
100%.
You can continue to monetize and stuff like that. But it really just came through like investing in myself and wanting to, make money every day, wanting to figure out ways how to monetize. And then I was at a point where, I didn't want to do real estate anymore, like residential real estate, because I didn't see myself like going to houses, as I got older. I was like, in the next 10 years, 20 years, do I really see myself selling the house?
100%.
Or like getting a listing. I don't want to be an old realtor. Like that just, I don't want to, that wasn't my vibe. Massachusetts, it was different because, the state's smaller, so you can go see 4 to 6 houses in a day.
I got you.
But in California, everything's so spread out. You might see 2, depending on, like where that buyer is. I want to see a house in Bel Air. Okay, we seeing 2. You know what I'm saying?
A lot different, yeah.
It's a lot different. So I just didn't see it. And then, you put in all that work and then the deal can fall through at the end. At the closing table. That happened to me twice. That's crazy.
Brutal.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know it's a longer
Facts.
process too, right? For a lot of those deals, like it takes some time to actually
it
build
takes
up
some
to the
time.
point.
Mm-hmm. But with this, I was just like, man, like, so you telling me I can make $50,000 in a month, in a week,
No brainer.
in a day,
Is it?
in an hour?
I know learning it is hard. Well, I won't say hard, right? It's just you don't know it. But is it really as simple as it seems once you figure it out?
It's perspective, bro. Like a lot of the times, okay, people get paid a salary, like $50,000 in a year could be a lot of money for someone.
Okay.
It took them a year to make it. Now that's just that's just what we always think about growing up. Oh yeah, I get paid $50,000 a year to work this job. You never thought about or fathom I can get 50 in a month or 6 months or in a week.
Most people are trying to rationalize.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make 4,000, 5,000, 6,000.
100%.
You say 50,000, that's like,
It seems like really far away kind of thing.
But if you really think about it, it's not a lot of money. Money's not really like, first of all, we know money don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not connected to nothing. It's no standard.
Exactly.
So it's really just a belief. It's a belief level. So why would I attach my belief level to saying that all my time in a year is only worth 50,000, not just one job?
That's good.
Yeah.
Right. So Myron says something like, you pay for everything that you pay for with an offer. Everything costs the same amount. So your creativity, like we just created multiple products right now. Yeah. All we got to do is actualize them and put them out in the marketplace and sell them.
That's crazy.
We can generate money like this with our ideas. Our ideas are infinite. So your creativity is infinite. So in all 3 of us, there's so much creativity and ideas to generate revenue.
Yeah.
The money's not the problem. It's just getting the ideas out. And sometimes people get wrapped up in the execution, versus actually the conceptualizing of it.
That's so good.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's really what it is. So once I figured that out, I'm like, bro, I can get 50,000 in a month, like in a week, like 100,000 in a month, 100,000 in a week.
Yeah,
I got friends making $1 million in a month, and it's regular.
That's crazy.
And it sounds crazy. I know someone's watching and listening to us like, yo, this dude's probably capped. Like, what's he talking about? I know it sounds crazy, but it's only crazy because it's who you're around. If you're around different environments, around different people, you're going to have different conversations, and those conversations are going to be normalized. I'm going to tell you right now, Andrew Tate is not having no $50,000 a year conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not.
You're not lying.
You know?
No,
and it's because of his environment and the people that he's around. You're definitely the sum of the 5 people that you're closest to. So you just need to be in different groups. That's literally why I started podcasting.
To be in the room.
Bro, it's the absolute cheat code to networking, relationship building, and relationship capital.
Wait, what do you mean by that, though?
The cheat code?
Yeah.
Bro, listen, you got a platform. Do you know how many people you can get here just because you got the podcast? If I was like, yo, listen, I want to hang out with you, come to my house. No, absolutely not. If I was like, yo, I want to pick your brain. Nope.
Hey, come be on this podcast.
When? When? You know what I'm saying? Every single time, bro. So when I was living in Boston,
yeah,
and I knew that I would have to move at some point. because all my friends, there's nothing wrong with my friends, are the people around, but they were making 6 figures, but it was corporate 6 figures. They weren't, you know, they was going to buy a house, get married, have some kids, be in Boston. Snow aside, I was already over all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's it.
Snow was one thing, but all this other stuff, I'm cool. You know, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know no millionaires. I don't have anyone that's thinking different. I need to be around new people. How can I create value? How can I create a platform that's going to float value to other people that will allow me to put these in environments?
Perspective though, that you need to, because most people are unaware of their situation, right? When you're in it. What gave you that perspective to say, I need to, I mean, for lack of a better term, I need to level up the people around me?
Yeah. It was more like a feeling, man. I was just really like looking at my space. You know what I mean? I had one friend that was a millionaire and he made it through options trading.
Yeah.
But he was the only one that was like, yeah, I want to move to Puerto Rico, you know, because of the tax advantages. I want to open up a trading floor. He wanted to kind of have like an Airbnb options thing going where people can go down there. They can rent, you know, a trading space, trade next to him. Like he just had different ideas.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to be around people that were more like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I don't know no founders. I don't know no owners. I don't know no millionaires. How can I meet these people? Well, I need to create value and I need to create a platform and I need to be able to float value to them so then I could attract them. So the first time I started, it was just like YouTube shows. It wasn't even a podcast. I was just doing interviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then that's just how I got rolling. And what I realized was like everybody was saying yes. Like there was no no's. It was always just like a no was just like not today. We just got to find the right time. But it was never like a flat out no. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Then I was like, all right, well, what if I just ask somebody else that just I know got it back? You know what I'm saying? Like they were just saying no. And the thing about it too is like you could leverage the guests because you leverage. Hey, I had this amazing person on. There's 2 ways you can leverage them. You can be like, hey, I had this amazing person on. And then that guest that you want, they'll be like, oh, you had such and such on. Okay, yeah, I'll come on. Because some people are like that. They just like to be in a space where other people are.
100%.
Or what you do is say, hey, when you have the guest on and you just had the podcast, be like, yo, who else you know in your network that would love to come on the show? Who else do they know? Other millionaires, other 7-figure, 8-figure earners,
and just keep
other founders. Yeah. And if you get co-signed by them, they're gonna bring on somebody that's equally or more valuable, which makes you look fire because it's on your platform.
So what do you say to the people that say Joe in his basement bought all the podcast equipment, wants to get his first guest? How do people in that far into it, how do they get their first guest? Is this like, and who do they ask? What if they don't know these people?
Yeah. So that's a great question, man. I would say the number one thing you need to do, this might sound crazy. It might come out as a surprise. I just want to prep y'all for this. You ready?
Talk to me.
Yo, get the button ready. Get the button ready?
It's ready.
All right. You just ask.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you want to get in the DMs, right? You want to find an email, right? You want to find a number. And, you know, we got some scripts you can use, but I love voice memos. So, you know, you should try voice memo out. Hey, what's going on? This is Brendan. I was just looking at your page and I saw you actually podcast. I would love for you to be a guest on mine. I love what you're doing in the real estate space. Can't wait to hear back from you. Just something that simple. They're going to hear the sincerity, hear the value, right? That's why I like voice memos because they can feel the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what I would do is make a list of like your dream 100. Who are the 100 guests you would like to have on the show? Out of that 100 guests, you're definitely going to get about 50, 75 of them. You're probably going to get all of them. Like I said, they all might not say yes now, but you will get all of them. There's a lot of guests that I got on the show just because they was on my list, right? And then each of those guests can refer you people in their network. So you'll be able to get in the people that you want. If you want to be a little bit more intentional, what I would do is I would also go to like shows, go to like a trade show, go to like a conference, go to like a convention. You know, if you don't have any money, the GA ticket's fine. If you have a little bit of money to invest, buy the VIP or the super VIP or the executive or the elite.
Yeah.
Get in the green rooms with these people. Be able to move and shake with the speakers. And if you have a little mobile setup, you could bring your mic and your camera. You can get little mini interviews on spot, and then from there you can then that's a seed you plant to get the longer interview. You know, like I spoke to Derek Fay. He's a multi-millionaire in the business and acquisition space. We did a mini interview with him and my guy Bees. He gonna come on the show. I got his number.
Just like that, man.
It's associations, man. You can be very strategic, but don't discount the power of the DM. The DM go crazy. You just got to ask.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of people are just afraid, kind of like the example you were talking about of talking to girls. Like, most people just are terrified of rejection, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what if they say no? It's like, at the end of the day, if they actually do say no.
They're saying no right now because you ain't asked. That's a 100%.
No.
Right.
That's a no. I'd rather get through 10 no's to get a yes.
Law of averages.
100%. And it's the thing, they want to get on the pod. You already have something valuable. It's not like you're like, yo, can I pick your brain?
Yeah.
Or like, yo, can I get some free coaching? You're like, no, listen, I love what you're doing as a hairstylist. Listen, I would love for you to come on the podcast and teach other hairstylists how they can do it like you. She's not going to say no. She needs the exposure. She probably terrible at Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Her content probably not the best. So she's going to love that because she gets free content. She gets to talk about herself. She gets to talk about her business.
Yeah.
You're going to meet her. It's a value exchange, like super, but at the same time, you're floating a little bit more value to them, but you're getting what you want back in return.
Now, how long have you been in the podcasting game in general?
I say about 5 years, but I didn't really like take it seriously till like 2 years ago.
Okay. What changed? Was it just that you realized?
I just wanted more. I just wanted some more money, bro.
I love the honesty.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I just wanted some more money. I mean, yo, last night I was at a conference. Shout out to my guy Jay Monopoly. He's probably somebody you should have on the show too. Shout out to my guy Jay Monopoly. We was at the Better Way conference. I was vending at his conference, and I do good, and I'm always striving to do more. But I'm like, you know what, God, I need more money. That's what I told God yesterday. I was like, God, I need more money.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is, man. Just what I notice is like when you look at people that make a lot of money, it's or at least how I look at it. I look at the discipline. So for you to be a successful entrepreneur or business owner, you have to have some level of discipline.
100%.
So that's how it speaks to me. It's like, oh, his level of discipline in the category that he or she is in has allowed this person to make $1 million in a month.
Now, is discipline in like the same area, or is it different from person to person, from entrepreneur?
It's person to person. Like, a person's got to have some discipline in their particular area. But, it's going to be different from, you, B, and myself. Like I know what areas of discipline that I need. I feel like everyone knows the area where you weaken and you suck in, you be slacking in, bro. You got to turn it up.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you don't got to sit on the couch to discern that. You already know what it is, right? You at home, y'all know what it is. But those areas will improve you as a person.
No, 100%.
And guess what? Here's another cheat code. Y'all ready? Get the button ready.
Yes. Ready? Let's do it.
The things that you become better at, you can turn those into products. You can monetize that. Because if you're trash at it, guess what? There's millions of people that are trash at it too.
100%.
And that's a product. Like if you suck at budgeting, and you just fix that, that's a product to help other people that also suck at budgeting. That's where the pod agency came from. I was trash at lead gen. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, when did that, I guess the flip switch for you? Were you
November 2022, after Black Friday.
Trigger warning alert. Imagine a brand that struggles to earn trust from its audience. That's what happens without a video podcast in 2023. An untrusted brand is one that fails to build credibility, that fails to show its authenticity and expertise to its audience. With millions of people consuming podcast content daily, being untrusted is a missed opportunity. Trust equals loyalty, and a video podcast allows you to build trust with your audience, turning them into loyal followers of your brand. Don't be an untrusted brand. Let Painless Podcast help you build trust with your audience. Connect with us today, and let's make your brand trusted. Remember, if you don't have a video podcast in 2023, you're an untrusted brand.
Black Friday, I'm sitting down, I'm like, I'm put out an offer, see what happens. So I reached out to some people I knew that I thought it would be perfect for. They both said yes, and they both paid me one pays. So then I was like,
did you give them another option, or was it just?
No, so the product at that time was $7,800.
Nice.
And they had an option. I didn't give them a second option, like you could do a 2-pay. I would have took a 2-pay for sure. But they both just happened to pay 1 pays.
Yeah.
Then I was like, man, I just made like almost 16 grand. Like, this is okay. I'm paying attention, God. I see what's up.
I got something here.
Yeah. So then in December, then I got a little bit intentional. I like put packages together, and then I just put out more offers. And then I think January, or I think it might have been February, I had like a $62,000 a month. I was like,
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. November to February, you had a what month?
$62,000 a month. I mean, specifically, it was $61,600 if you want to be specific.
I'm just saying, like, get into something new like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've already invested it. So I knew about high ticket offers. I knew how to close. I knew how to sell. I knew how to put offers together. So, I mean, I did the back work.
Yeah.
But once that happened, I was like, oh, nah, this is it. You know, because I realized it's solving a problem. The problem is people have a product or service that they're great at, but not enough people know who they are. And they don't know the value of getting in front of more people because they keep selling to Instagram and they keep selling to referrals and on word of mouth. You can't build a business like that. Every day you need to be thinking about, who can I get in front of today? Who can I talk about my business today? And I got another easy strategy. I call it the 52W.
Okay.
If you get on one podcast a week for a year, that's 52 weeks. That's 52 new stages, 52 new platforms, 52 new audiences that know about your business. And that compound interest over time is 52 different stages multiplied by the amount of people that are watching that episode.
Crazy.
And because it's a podcast, it's highly shareable. You're gonna get clips from all of it, right? It allows you to have people spend time with you without you having to spend time with them. So now they can go deep. They can be like, oh yeah, what we was talking about was crazy. Oh, is this another one? I just spent 3 hours listening to his content. I think I'm ready for that product. And you over here, we playing tennis. We in Miami on the jet skis.
You're just nurturing
right?
Wow, that's crazy.
What if you was like, this something crazy, and you spent an hour to 2 hours a week, and you got on 104 different platforms in a year's time? Just people that spend over an hour, 2 hours wasting time with their friends on the phone.
100%.
You know when Sarah calls you, like, oh yeah, this is about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Your mom called, this is another 45.
Right.
So you're already doing it. I'm just asking you to do it intentional, but talk about your business, your product, services, and your story.
You got me out here about to cut off Sarah. That's crazy.
Sarah need to go. or you talk to Sarah after 9 or something. Hey, Sarah, listen, you only got 10 minutes today.
Can only use my anytime minutes right
For
now.
real, though.
Oh, that is wild, man. Wow.
Mind blown.
I'm a little mind blown right now. That's wild. Okay.
What was your first offer? The one buy. What was that?
So my first offer, I had just came out my real estate office on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. I took my phone out. My phone's over there, but I took my phone out and I was like, hey, I think this might have been like 2020. Might have been 2020, I think.
Yeah.
Took my phone out. Stories was going crazy back then.
Yeah.
They okay now, but they not how they used to be.
They're going wild before.
I put the story out and I was just like, hey, listen, who's looking to have an amazing July? Who wants to be more accountable? Who wants to be more productive? And who wants to just have a more productive and profitable July? If that's you, comment the word, I don't know, ready below. Right? And basically in that offer, I guarantee people that they would be more productive, that they would get more done, and that they would execute more in 30 days time. That was my first offer. It was $300, right? They got 3 calls a week. I probably spent like an hour with them. You know what I'm saying? They got a 45-minute call and 2 15-minute calls a week.
Yeah.
For a month, which is a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I work with 5 people for three months. So I think, what's that, $1,500? So $4,500 in 3 months off an offer. And all I did was teach them my morning routine.
Damn.
Wow. Shit.
So if you did my morning routine in that month, you got better. Because we got up earlier, we hit the gym, we was reading, we did an audiobook, you read your affirmations after you wrote them if you didn't have them, and then you prayed and meditated and drank water. And who's not gonna get better after that?
Oh, I like that.
You just do it, and you can do all that in 50 minutes, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
The theme I'm seeing right now, it's all about creativity.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what I'm seeing everything tie up to. Let me ask you this. Which do you prefer, if you have a preference, between physical products, services, and digital products?
I would probably go digital, and I like I like high ticket offers because your money goes faster, but I like digital with low fulfillment because you don't have to fulfill it. It can be fulfilled on some. Yeah. So if you do that, you have like a community tied to it or some type of support group, then it's not tied to your time and you can scale it faster. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And shout out to Myra. And I know you referenced him before. I actually took the
Make more offer challenge.
So many gems.
Did you make some offers?
I did. Nice. I literally was like, I'm not making enough offers. And the way you just talk to people, because I was in the VIP just listening, he would make it seem so simple. Yeah. But after you hear it, you're like, it really is that simple.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's more actionable and less thoughts, bro. Because it's like when I had the first pod agency offer, I didn't have it done. I just put the offer out. There's no sense to make it if no one's going to buy it.
No, 100%.
So put the offer out. If they want it, then make it.
So what's the current pod agency offer right now?
So we have, we got 4 main offers. Well, actually, we got 6 offers.
Okay.
So we got 4 main offers. We got a super high ticket. It's called the RAGS, Rapid Audience Growth System. And then we have the low ticket. And the low ticket is really for someone that's just getting out there right now that might need some, some messaging coaching. They might need some speaking coaching. So basically with the 10K, 15K, the 20K, and the 30K, the only difference is the amount of podcasts you get access to and the guaranteed shows that are built in. But essentially, we're going to help you get on shows. We're going to do all your logistics. You have a booking agent. We'll set everything up for you. And then if you're traveling, you're like, hey, Brent, I'm going to go to Vegas. We got a lot of relationships in different cities. We'll just have you do like a mini tour, And then some podcasts that have a price point, we negotiate those prices down for you. You know what I mean? So let's say you want to go on the XYZ podcast that costs $15,000. Yeah. Our price might be $13,000. You save $2,000. But if you went on by yourself, you would pay $15,000. And then we make sure you have a capture funnel. So then you capture the data from each show. Yeah. And then we work with you on how to redistribute the content after if you need help with that. Yeah. But the low ticket offer is $997. It's for anyone right now that just want to get started. You get 2 virtual shows, booking scripts. You get a mini course, which I teach you on like podcast guest mastery secrets.
Gotcha.
So you know how to optimize, your opportunities. You get a free strategy session with that too.
Damn.
Yeah. But you know what's even better about that?
What's that?
Get the button ready.
We're ready.
If you're a podcaster like this show right here, you can become an affiliate of that $997. I'll give you 50% of the commission if anyone closes on that. And I'm going to give you the video inserts and the audio inserts. All you got to do is register.
Please make a note on that one.
So look, so the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm a podcaster and I realize a lot of podcasters don't know how to make money or they can't monetize.
Yeah.
I want to make it easy for you. I've done the product. The product's ready. All you need to do is take the video commercial I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
In post, just edit it inside a podcast, mid-roll or end-roll, wherever you want to put it. Same thing with the audio and just register. If you register, if someone's listening to your episode and is like, I want to get that and they buy it, we just split in revenue 50-50. I did all the work and you're just going to get 50% of the revenue every month. So one sale is $500.
I see why you like digital products.
I love them, bro.
I'm piecing it together. Yeah. I'm piecing it together. What do you think is the best way for a podcaster to monetize?
So I think the best way to monetize is through affiliates. Okay. It's the fastest way, because you can monetize through affiliates that are recurring. And you can monetize through affiliates that might just have a one-off price. Like I'm giving you with the pod agency 997 offer. They did all the work. You don't have to fulfill. You don't got to sell. All you got to do is just do what you was doing anyway. And when you edit your podcast, just put that in there. And then if someone listens and is like, I want that, then you're just going to get compensated.
You just made this so easy. I don't think you realize how simple you just made it right now.
I mean, I want to make it simple. I don't want it to be difficult. I want to make it simple.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No, I just remember when we first started and any other podcaster out there, when they're breaking down like, man, what do we do? And you have strategy meetings. It's like, you don't hear that information. You know what I mean? Like, hey, just cut this, put it here. You're good.
So what not to do is try to get Google AdSense. I would not do that. I would not do merch and I would not worry about your Spotify downloads. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money that way, but I don't want you thinking like that's the way to make money. You'll get that eventually if you're consistent. Your numbers are going to go. Google's going to give you some bread.
Exactly.
Spotify downloads, you get some bread. And then maybe you do want some merch. But no one wants your podcast merch that just came out.
100%.
Nobody wants that. But if you focus on affiliates, so the products is already done. Just find some products that make sense for you, right? Build a community around your podcast, because you did something that a lot of people are still trying to figure out. And that's how to put a podcast together. What I asked you, how'd you put this studio together?
Yeah.
That's a product. So you can build a community around that with your secrets, your information, your strategy. You can sell, let's say that's $99 a month.
Yeah.
10 people is $1,000 a month. Now your podcast is making $12,000 off of 10 people.
Hit a button. Just hit a button.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that constantly going.
What if you're like, well, Brendan, I don't know. I don't want to really charge people $99 a month. Cool. You don't like money? Cool. Whatever.
Right.
But you could charge them $49 a month, right?
100%.
20 people still $1,000. So 20 people won't find value on how you put this studio together. Like, what equipment did you use? How you get guests? Like, how did you monetize?
Yeah.
What other things can you leverage a podcast? Of course they will. And guess what? You can have guests on like me. Again, like B was saying earlier, maybe there's a couple of questions that you ask me that's not in the thing.
Yeah.
But the community to get access to. Maybe you have me come in for another 20, 30 minutes, talk to the community only.
Yeah.
That's valuable. It's like if we went on a flight, right? You got first class, you got economy. Economy is how people experience your podcast right now. I can go to YouTube, I can go to Spotify, I can go to Apple Podcasts.
Exactly.
But the first class is the access.
I like the way you broke.
You know what I'm saying? That's the access right there.
Right now, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're like, you know what? Once a month, if you're in the community, you can come by the studio. We're gonna raffle it off. One person comes through. You can see the inner workings, but you can only get that if you're here. What about quarterly? We do a meetup. At XYZ bar. We do a little mastermind just for the community.
Yeah.
There's just so many things that you could do, but that's the access. Do you know people pay first class for the networking, for a full menu, for access to the free drinks, to get off the plane first, to get on first, and have wider seats that's more comfortable?
Right.
They're willing to pay 2, 3, and 4x that for that. You notice ain't no babies crying in first class. You can hear them, but it ain't the same. It's not the same. I don't know. The last time I was on first class, I'd have heard a baby cry. Even babies is happy in first class.
I fly business myself.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wild. So I got to ask, right? You said you had a conversation with God and you were like, I need to make more money. Mm-hmm. What's the goal?
God wants you to make more money, man.
100%. What's your goal, though? Do you have a specific goal you're trying to hit?
Right now, it's $1 million a month.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah. One of my mentors says you got to make goals that scare you and you got to make goals that stretch you.
100%.
Yeah. So I've been around people that made $1 million in a month, but I don't know how many are making it consistently. I know a lot of them have made a lot of money, but that would be cool, like figuring that out.
Yeah.
Making $1 million a month consistently.
Even Myron was talking about $1 Million days.
Oh yeah, I've seen
hearing
it.
him talk about. I'm just like, I haven't met anyone personally that had $1 million day.
Yeah.
But the cool thing, like you're saying, right, is that you can actually borrow other people's belief, right, or belief systems, because when you're close to someone that's making $1 million a month, you're like, okay, clearly this is possible. I'm watching it happen right now, as opposed to just hearing it, just from the distance. So no,
Definitely.
100% agree with that. That's just wild. But man, I'm completely mind blown. Brandon, I mean, do you have anything to add on right now? Because
I got my notepad out right now, so I'm just taking notes and hitting the buttons whenever necessary. I'm listening.
Yeah, facts.
No, 100%. And I just don't want this conversation to end. But man, first of all, where can people find you, Brandon?
So I'll give you 2 options right now on all social media platforms and YouTube. It's at It's Brendan Boyd. So at ITSBRENDAN BOYD. Also, you can text the word guest, GUEST, text guest to 213-410-4920. You're going to get free access to my podcast guest mastery workshop. Where I'm going to give you all the game on how to optimize your presence on podcasts and why it's important for you to get in front of more people and get in front of more audiences.
I am not doing that as we speak. And I just got access right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually real. I can't wait. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So I need a word of encouragement for people out there. Hearing everything you're saying, I totally believe it. It's just hard for some people that are going through it in the trenches. What word of advice can you give someone that's really going through it right now?
Yeah. I would say, I know it sounds cliche, but I wouldn't give up. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling despair, know it's only a thought. You can change that thought whenever you would like to, you know? And the quickest way for you to change that thought, I would say, is go work out. Now, you may not need to work out hard, but when's the last time you worked out and you still was depressed or anxious?
It's very hard to do.
Probably never. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
So maybe just go for a walk, go for a hike, go to the gym, you know, do something to change how you feel. And whatever you want is possible if you believe it. Now, believing it is one thing, but sustaining that belief is something else. So to sustain that belief, you need to possibly get around new people, which means you may need to cancel or limit the access you have with the current people that you are around. And then write out that person that you want to become. I know that sounds kind of cliche and small to say is, but who is a person that you see yourself being? Write that out. So remember back in the day when you was in elementary school, maybe middle school?
Yeah.
You know, and you did something in class, they'd be like, yo, write on the board, X, Y, Z, 100 times.
Yeah. Standards.
Yeah, so do the same thing, but for the person you want to become. So, you know, I am happy and grateful I make $10,000 a day or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
You know, write that down. Like who do you see yourself? What do you want to become? Literally take a minute to 10 minutes every day and write that down 10 to 20 times every single day in a notebook. Make that your becoming notebook and have that space only for you. So play that music that inspires you, you know, play that motivational podcast episode, find that YouTube, you know, episode that you really rock with. There's a couple that I just replay over and over and over.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a candle person, if you're a sage person, like get in your environment, have that little 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes for you, and then just do that work. And then don't waver from that. You will 100% become a better person, you know, and if you're feeling down, that's fine. No one always feels good every single day. 100%. Even winners have off days. But if you string the wins, if you string the wins for a longer period of time, it's kind of like the stock market. If you look at the stock market like this, like, damn, this past week was terrible in the stock market. But if you look at it historically over a 10-year, you know, 20-year, 30, it's been going up.
100%.
So your life can go up whenever you want it to, but you just need to believe it. Even when I have bad days, I have good days. I don't even have bad days, bro. It's either a day or a good day. Today was a day.
Just a day.
You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow's going to be a good day. Like I never have bad days. It's either a day or a good day, which is another thing I could say. Do an audit on your language. Because sometimes, like I talked to this girl yesterday at the conference and she was like, man, I never had like 10,000 a day. I could never do that.
Oh, man.
She's not going to be able to do it because she says she can never do it.
She already has that mental.
She already said that. And her thing is this, she's not even conscious. I mean, we talked about, but she wasn't even conscious in that moment that she blocked herself because we use words like try and can't and won't and don't and shouldn't. And I'm not, we just use it just like it's water running out the faucet. We're just programmed to use these words. Sometimes you'd be like, that's why people give you compliments and you'd be like, stop saying that. Why, bro? Like, yo, you're fired.
The wrong
like,
way to take it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like accept the positive energy so you can give off the positive energy.
Do we have any more buttons?
We're running out.
Crazy.
Everything else is just
funny
for funny games.
Oh, before I even forget, before we go, podcast summit. You're here in Miami right now.
Yeah.
Are people going to be able to meet you over here?
Man, I would love to meet whoever. Is this going to come out before the podcast summit?
I'm totally going to clip. We're going to move.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, word. Okay, yeah. So podcast summit, July 30th to the 31st. Shout out to my guy, David Shands. He's an architect at the podcast summit. He's going to teach you how to grow, scale, and monetize your podcast. I'll throw a couple gems in there. But what I'm going to be talking about is the pod agency, podcast guesting, possibly how you can make your own podcast agency, which is a product I have coming out in the future. And I'm looking forward to meet all your entrepreneurs and business owners who want to leverage podcasts to grow your audience, sell more, and do more deals. And I would love to create content with whoever's there, do many interviews, build, network, connect, 100%.
Oh, I like it. We're totally going to clip that up today. We're going to get that out there.
Yes, sir.
But ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing else I can say here. If this didn't flip your perspective on anything, then you just don't have a pulse. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, if you're a podcaster watching this right now and you're not turning any of your episodes into digital products and you're still complaining about you're not making money podcasting, you should start podcasting right now and send all your equipment to P.O. Box.